the NFL on EA Sports. And our focus is on Noah Fant. He's been a target machine each week, 5th in the league in receptions. It's the Seahawks and the Rams. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn as we welcome you to another exciting week of football here on EA Sports. And a good game coming up for us this week, partner, between a pair of squads who have found success in different... The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the...
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford to his number one guy, Kupp, for Los Angeles first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And some room to work. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 21 carries, just shy of 140 yards and a touchdown. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Kenneth Walker with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up, 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. A shotgun snap for Stafford. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's complete out left to Ayuk. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Boye Mafe. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other down the field. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Walker. He stiff arms him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Down to the 25. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Straight ahead, Walker. And they stop him short of the 1st, as he can only get to the 20. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. 4th down. Here's Corral. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Young. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as this defense were a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Boye Mafe. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Fielded at the 43. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Walker with another carry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Corral's throw into the hands of Fan. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Walker fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Walker once more. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How did they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. To try again after the sack. Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Here's Madison running on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On first down, it's Stafford. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Stafford looks to throw again. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is indeed good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one that...
Touchdown, Rams! Allen Robinson. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Corral on first down. Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Walker. He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Again, Walker. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And Walker once more. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Up the middle, here's Walker. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Running left is Walker. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Hand off here to Walker. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They'll try and run for it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Switching it up, Crowd going to throw here. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Corral with it, first down here. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. From the 3, second and a yard. On second down, it's Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage your quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Boye Mafe. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Here's Madison getting it again on second. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 29 yards. And the Rams get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And going right back to Walker.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
On the give, it's Walker.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Boy, 175 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And some room to maneuver. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Switching it up, Corral will throw here.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Derek Young.
An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams ready to go on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
After the sack on first down, Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles. As we back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. And he'll take it on this side of midfield.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Walker now at 1st and 10.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll go down at the 28. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run again with Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Down right around the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Going right back to Fant. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Parker, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there.
That's good for Rams. First down. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford now to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Stafford. Under pressure, they got him again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. It's caught at the 10. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Stafford. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Kobe Bryant
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford under pressure, and they got to him again. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. They'll go Madison up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They got 8 yards out of it, but they're still left with a 4th and goal from a ways out. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And his kick here is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he returns this to the 22. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught over the middle by Fant.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And we're going to look at Cooper Kupp as the Rams offense gets ready to take over possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback.